RealToon, it's some real money in the room.
1090 Jake recently released a news article from over 50 years ago where Larry Hoover reportedly snitched on someone who shot up his school. This was when he was 18 years old.
September 4th, 1968. It was the first day of school. 18-year-old Larry Hoover told police the two walked past me in the hall, and Highsmith smiled. Then Longstreet said, "Burn him."
A lot of people are giving 1090 Jake backlash because they're saying he shouldn't have done that. Like, Larry Hoover's beyond reproach. OG Percy, Larry Hoover's done so much time in prison. You know what I'm saying? He's currently fighting for his life. Come to find out, Trump commuted his federal sentence, but he still has a state sentence that he has to get past. What do you think of 1090 Jake exposing him?
Well, you know, that's what the other man do. That's what the other man do. The other man always gonna try to put down the brother man. That's what the other man do. If he had a protest sign here, he might well stuck a little protest sign up there, just protested for him not to let him go. It be the one that you know, it ain't none of their business that'll fuck over your business. I said be the ones that ain't none of their business that'll fuck over your business. 1098 Jakes, man, that's a hater move. That's a hater move. That's a hate crime, y'all. That's to his people, though. You know, we don't care nothing about it. But to bring up something that was that long ago and then just throw it on the table when a man released and free, that's what niggas do to hold you down. Well, my bad. That's what the other side do to hold you down. 1098 Jakes, he knew how much power it ain't got no power. Now, he might just think what he putting out ain't got no power, but it don't look good towards him. And why bring up, let me tell you something, you know, when you open up wounds, nigga, you open up sores. You dig what I'm saying? When you open up wounds, you open up sores, and that shit hurt. That shit hurt. You know, you got people, kids that done growed up, grandkids that growed up. You don't know who want revenge for what. You hear me? Because somebody did something probably, they wasn't old enough and they gone now, and guess what? It's a lot of kids out for revenge for they people. There's a lot of dead daddies in here that sons ain't grew up yet, man. There's a lot of dead children, you know, dead daddies out here that children hadn't got old enough to, you know what I'm saying, to say, you know, hey, all they remember is the day that they was crying when it happened and couldn't do nothing about it. And here it is 10, 15, 20 years later, you coming home. Well, guess what? That little kid that was on the sidewalk snotting and crying when he was a baby, he gang now. He missed his daddy. All he been wanting to do was get revenge for his daddy. And guess what? Daddy made parole and everybody happy that man that made parole. But guess what? The white man came and said, hey, look, boy, remember this? That's him. Why are you telling him that? The man that did his time, why are you telling the kid he don't remember who the dudes was or nothing? But 1098 Jakes, that's what they do. You shouldn't expect nothing different from the other man. You shouldn't expect nothing different from the other man. When they do stuff like that, you know, it's not a coincidence. Why everybody mad and acting like, hey man, he tripping, man, cuz he was gonna do that anyway. He couldn't wait to do that. Hold on, what you think he held it so long for? Hello? What you took it so long to do? Because he been waiting to do that.
When you say the other man, what you mean?
He ain't the brother man. He ain't the brother man, he the other man. Tune, you not gonna get me in gonna have a cross burning in my front yard in the morning. You ain't gonna have a cross burning in my front yard, act like them days over with. Yeah. But that man, you know, the one we always blame when we do wrong.
Well,
the one we always blame for our failures. And them days been over with. Hello. Cause we the only ones to blame now for our failures. Yeah. There we go.
Real quick, OG Percy, because I don't want to be guilty of not mentioning the fact that paperwork has, well, not paperwork, but one of the guys who Larry Hoover supposedly snitched on the news has come out and said that he didn't snitch on him, and he's not about to do that for
Get out
somebody who
there.
done served
Get
50
out there,
years.
man. That.
People are saying that, 1090 Jakes just like Adam 22, and when I say people, I'm talking about Charleston, white, are wrong for getting in black folks' business, and taking down our leader.
We got to put an end. We got to put an end to the folks getting in our business. But it ain't them putting us in our business, it's us putting us in their business. You understand me? We give them something to talk about. You hear me? Hell, we can't stop the news from coming on.
We ain't got no business.
And we ain't got no business. But they always in our business. Shout out to that guy who came forward and said he didn't do that, man. Going on with that whole ass shit. Bitch. With that bull. I'm not finna do that. Shout out to that black man for being a black man.
Take that jacket off his back.
Taking the jacket off real quick. Thank you, South. Yeah. Take that jacket off his back, man. He don't wear that. That motherfucker, look, see how big he done got since he been locked up? Yeah. Hello? Yeah. That little old shit don't fit no more. That motherfucker, he can't even put a sleeve on. Cause don't do that. We ain't gonna let y'all niggas try to do him like y'all did my boy when he just came home. Y'all forgot about Meech. Well, the world, we looking good right now. Y'all must forgot about my boy that came home. What's my boy? God damn. Nah. What's my little nigga down there, man, came home too, man. Don't do him like that, man.
Who came home?
Drug dealer. That's three kingpins in 1 year, nigga. Rollo! Hello? Y'all forgot about Rollo?
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me, nigga. We got Rollo, we got Big Meech, we got Larry Hoover. What? Nigga, that sound like a grand slam.
They told me Larry Hoover was still serving like 200 years in the state.
Well, Trump did his part. That's all I can say. Hello. That's all I can say. Trump can say, I did my part. I can only pull something. Yeah, I can't. Well, he knew that what he was doing wasn't gonna do nothing anyway. Believe me, is he gonna get out if I do it? Hell no. Good. Well, let me do this. Make the nigga get that part out. I did my part. What the state's doing right now, hey, we ain't got nothing to do with it. And then all these niggas, they did Big Meech. I got Big Meech paperwork, man. Come on, don't start that weak ass shit. Don't start that we got Big Meech paperwork. Don't start that on nigga, man. Come on, man. If all that shit that real, them niggas would never walked the yard that long. They would have never walked the law. They'd be just like that other nigga stabbed up in there. Cause guess what? I don't care how big you is, your name don't mean nothing when you hit that feed. They gonna play with them knives and they gonna come and get you. Tory Lane. Yeah, thank you very much, man. Them names right there ain't no different from Tory Lane. They'd have been to put that knife in with that paperwork follow you. You hear me? They gonna come and get you. So we ain't gonna let you come home. It's just like a nigga going to Vietnam War. Doing all that time in them trenches, shooting up everything, throwing grenades, playing Rambo, and then come home and get killed at the corner store.
Oh,
shit. Nigga got killed at the corner store, hanging. God damn. Cause you made it. It was just like Tales McCrib. I was on Ferguson unit, man. We got our first black warden. I know y'all ain't heard this one yet. I don't worry about it. Just sit there for a minute. We got our first black warden on Ferguson unit. One thing that you're not allowed to have is a nigga running shit in a prison. You rarely see a nigga run a prison. You rarely see a black man be a warden in a prison system. That's like a black man, it's like an Obama. But the goodest thing about it, Obama had one presidential, so now we got a black man for the warden. And TDC, man, I used to walk down TDC Hall, man, all I know is Ferguson was good, full of Mexicans and full of Mexicans and full of niggas, white guys. And I know one thing, the white guys, they use them for like food down there. Gotta keep the blacks and Mexicans fed, they can pick what they want. The blacks, they gonna, But you got the Woods. The Woods the one gonna fight for their ass no matter how hard you try to take it. They gonna fight for it. But one day I was coming down the hall, man, and I seen some white boys walking down, about like 50 of them in a row. They was coming out the shower, and they were real pink white boys. I said, where them white boys at? Because them white boys don't look like the white boys on none of our blocks. And the guy said, no, they not on the block. I'm like, where they at? He said they got their own dorms in the back. I say their own dorm, white boys? Man, about like 50 of these white boys. And then somebody say they the saddle crew. The saddle crew. What that mean? Well, come to find out, on the Ferguson unit, they had a little facility that they was running where they make horse saddles. Horse saddles? Yeah, nice horse saddles. And guess what? They make these horse saddles. They use these inmates. You remember how we do license plates? You know, y'all heard about the license plate shit. Well, anyway, these inmates made horse saddles. And with these horse saddles, they would, you know, distribute the horse saddles around people that order horse saddles and they, you know, make money. I knew how much a horse saddle go for. They got a whole leather shop in the back. They make horse saddles. Niggas, horse saddles like it ain't shit. A horse saddle costs some money. They have been running this organization for room. Just say it's a backdoor steam coming out the penitentiary like a nigga selling dope or something. Well, anyway, they were making a horse saddle, so the new warden had came. Let me let y'all know about the new warden. The new warden was a Navy SEAL, straight out the Navy. You know, that means he didn't swim in oceans, seas. You know, he's a Navy SEAL. Good, big old nigga. He was on point. And the cold thing about him, he would talk to a brother when a brother come. You know how brothers take advantage of that. Niggas, the warden, the white warden lady, she ain't get saying nothing. Don't even talk to her. You can't even talk to the warden that was here before him. You know, she was a white lady and she stood there and just watched you. Hey, can I talk to you? Well, no, move on down the hall. Damn. Yeah, now you can't talk to the white lady. But this brother said, come on, let me hear your grievance, take your paperwork. And niggas taking advantage of this. But anyway, he was doing an audit one day through the system, doing his own audit to see what it was all. And he ran up on, what's in that door? And they opened it up and, voila, god damn, what is this? Oh, this the saddle shop. Well, he said, why wasn't I ever told about the saddle shop? Well, nigga, ain't your business. You just be the warden. Your job is to be the warden. They gave him a job, to be a warden. That's all. It's your business. What we got running on Savage Drive on 47, Savage Drive is something we've been doing for years, as white folks century. This is what we do in this unit. Well, I wasn't told about this. This ain't your business. Well, he said, shut it down until it become my business. He said, shut the saddle. Say, what he talking about? New warden talking about. And one day in a week, we was at school and everybody, they said, lock it down. The unit went on lockdown, on a major lockdown out of nowhere. I was like, why are we going on lockdown? What the lockdown for? Everybody go to this cell, everybody, man, we on lockdown. They say we on lockdown. I said, what's going on? We stayed on lockdown like 48, about 24 hours before we got word what was going on. What's the word going on? They said they found the warden floating in the swimming pool, dead.
Whoa.
I said, you gotta be kidding. They don't know if an inmate killed him or not. I say, well, go ahead and do your homework. Goddamn, you know me, I don't throw nothing out there that you can't look up and find for yourself. The warden found dead, floating in the swimming pool on Ferguson unit. The black warden. Didn't last long, did he?
Fuck that saddle money.
Huh? Something that they didn't know about. Warden, dead on Ferguson unit. But y'all didn't hear me a while ago. I told y'all something a while ago. Y'all want the message since I gave you the mess? I said a while ago, you go to the trenches, you fight in the war, you jump, you fight grenades, you do all that, you come home and get killed at the corner store. This is a Navy SEAL that has swum in goddamn the ocean, seas. Go ahead, what? Goddamn it. And you come out and they find you dead floating in a swimming pool? That's impossible. How do they find you floating in a swimming pool? How do you drown in a swimming pool when you done swimmed in the sea? Hello? Bars.
Hey, RealToon, it's some real money in the room.